Conditions apply. See in-stores for details.
Mary, why you look so depressed?
Girl, nothing happening this season.
Are you kidding? You've never heard about the masquerade of savings at TDC Insurance?
Girl, tell me more.
This season, you'll get up to 60% off your motor insurance premium and up to 30% off your property insurance premium. Plus, you get a chance to win up to $1,500 in TDC gift cards in their masquerade savings raffle.
Some mask? Like a mask? After all, TDCIC keeping us protected. TDCIC, we take good care of you. Guaranteeing you peace of mind.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
Good morning, St. Kitts and Nevis, and welcome Welcome to another edition of Voices right here on Wind FM 98.9. Good morning to all our first-time and usual listeners, and good morning to all the hard workers out there, all the front-line workers who continue to play their part in keeping our Federation safe from the COVID-19 virus. This is the Friday, December 11th, 2020 edition of Voices right here on your radio station, that is Wind FM 98.9. I'm your host for today, Devon Cornelius, and we will be having quite a fruitful and meaningful session here on Voices as per usual. Of course, I will be opening the phone lines later on in the program, and I will be welcoming your calls to hear your questions, your concerns, and for you to share your point of view. So yes, welcome, and thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of our program. Now, I just want to talk about a recent development that took place on the island of Nevis just last night, sometime after 7 p.m. There was a shooting incident that occurred in Nevis in the Hanleys Road area. And we, at WinFM, we contacted the police force, the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. And commenting on the matter was the superintendent, the head of the Nevis Division, Mr. Lyndon David, and he did indicate that they are currently carrying out investigations. And, of course, he provided us with the time as to when the incident took place. That was sometime after 7 o'clock, and he did say based on the injuries, the person should be in stable condition at this time. So it was not a fatal shooting. The injuries were not fatal, and the person is in a stable condition at this time, according to that comment by the police. However, the name of the young man was not disclosed. The police did say that they will not be able to disclose the name of the young man at this time. However, they will be issuing a press release with more information. So yes, that is a recent development that took place in Nevis. And you know, this comes on the heels of a fatal incident here on St. Kitts in the Newtown area. And so these are quite alarming incidents. The police issued a statement some time ago. I think it was on December 8th. It was on December 8th, actually. It says the police are investigating a fatal shooting incident that occurred in Newtown on the 7th of December. According to, and as a result, of a report made to the police sometime after 10 p.m., officers visited a shop in Carty Alley, Newtown, which was operated by Akeem Christopher, also known as Littleman. Upon arrival, the officers met Christopher's motionless body laying on the floor with what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds. And so these, in no way I'm saying that these events are have any connection or relation or anything like that, but it comes closely after, the incident in Nevis comes closely after this incident that took place on December 7th here on St. Kitts. And these are some of the recent and, in my opinion, major developments. Whenever a life is lost, that is something that we should all be concerned about, because we all know someone, we all have someone, someone within our family that went through or went through something of this nature. And so whenever a life is lost, we should all be concerned, because it could have been any one of us. It could have been a relative, a family, a friend, you name it. And so, yes, these are some of the major developments that are happening. To those of you who are just tuning in, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Win FM 98.9. You are listening to Voices, and we are continuing this discussion. We are speaking about the recent development that took place in Nevis. When we first got the news, I got the news sometime last night, and at first it was all over the place. We weren't hearing exactly what. We did not know who. The information absolutely wasn't clear. And it's like any other incident. You would hear about something that happened, but you're not going to get all the details one time. But it's up to you to go and find out about it and what would have really taken place, what took place, rather, and to get more information regarding the incident. But as I said before, incidents such as these are very unfortunate, and it is not something that we look forward to, especially as our focus is now on COVID-19 and trying to keep our country safe. This is definitely not something that we should have to focus upon. And as these shooting incidents happens, this is the busy Christmas season, and things are happening, and it's quite unfortunate. But usually around this time, hear some shooting incident or some robbery or something of that nature, because this is the busy Christmas season, so everyone wants to get their pocket wet, for lack of a better word. For those of you who are just tuning in, you can call us at 662, later on in the program, 662-0989, 762-0989, and 466-0989. Thank you guys so much for being a part of Voices for today. I am your host, Devon Cornelius. We're going to take a short break, and we are going to be right back to continue our discussion for this morning.
Get more than just VAT. TDC Automotive is giving you more. Pay no VAT on the first $100,000 on any vehicle. No deposit, no interest for the first 3 months. That's no VAT. No deposit, no interest. We give you more, so you save more. Receive up to $3,000 in cashback credit. Save up to 60% off your insurance premium. Get your personalized TDC token for 2 years of instant savings. Plus, save thousands in free extras. Get more than just VAT from TDC Automotive. We're number one for a reason. Terms and conditions apply.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
Clap and rams the good food people. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. your money. Happy holidays from Rams, the good food people.
Terms and conditions apply. See in stores for details.
Yes, good morning and welcome back to Voices right here on Wind FM 98.9. I am your host for today, Devon Cornelius, and we'll take our first call for this morning. Good morning, caller. You are on Voices.
Good morning to Devon Cornelius. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing fantastic today. It's Friday and I'm giving thanks.
Well, I'm here in the mountain with my animal, them, trying to graze them as usual.
Right.
You understand? Because those are part of my life. Those are what bring in my income.
Right.
And help me on the way. But Mr. Cornelius, let me tell you something in this federation. And I do not believe that we should allow the young people them to go back where they just come out of. Especially this rampant shooting. You understand?
Right.
The government try their endeavor best to get them to get work for them, provide job for them that they can get something to do, that they could keep their mind positive and keep focus and work maybe for the girlfriend or the child or whatever. Because the life was at a stake. No one know how this thing take place. You get shoot down, this get shoot down and you don't know how it take place. And I just calling and the police them to be proactive. If they got to do what they got to do, to combat these young men from doing these things that get back to where they was, they're going to have to do it, brother. You understand? We cannot let it slip out the hand again. Because we are hard-working people in this federation. I think it means. And money just don't come so easy. When I listen to put on the news, sometimes I hear about the robbing. They start to rob again because Christmas coming on. And they want money and all those kind of things. Maybe to buy a gift for the girlfriend, or give the girlfriend some money, or send with the girlfriend go do some kind of shopping. Everybody in a time change. This is a COVID time. Nobody can travel like how there was a travel before. And I want the police them to put down their hand seriously on some of these young men who brutally going around and robbing people, raping people, and doing all kind of wrong things. That left up to the police. If they got to put them to lie down on the ground, put them to lie down on the ground. Because we ain't want to go back from where we come from. Because if we got to go back from where we come from, I believe that what was going on back then, I believe that me and I would have done pass out of this world. Because I myself get traumatized, get sick up, and get robbed. You understand? I myself. Should I suffer with a little illness now because I get traumatized? With some of these young men come around with gun and post gun in front of me. So we ain't want to go back there. So Brother Cornelius, I just want to wish the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis all the best. We know that the carnival ain't gonna be like before. We know Christmas will be better. Because each and every family could stay home and you could go by your neighbor and celebrate and drink. Maybe a little rum, you sorry how you celebrate it. You go and you celebrate it. You have a wonderful day. God bless. Mr. Bacchus, may God bless you, brother. Happy Christmas when you come.
Thank you, callers. Thank you so much for your input here on Voices, Wind FM 98.9. You are listening to Voices for today, Friday, December 11th, 2020. You can call us today at 662-0989, 762-0989 and 466-0989. We are still taking your calls. Good morning, caller. You are on the air. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
I just want to tell Mr. Politics, please, I'm begging him, please to save his breath. Please, Mr. Politics, save your breath. Stop calling people to do this and do that. How much time we calling on them? They're doing nothing. We had a program before, Voices. The same thing the lady on the program was saying. People getting paid for doing nothing. Just wasting your time you want to call on them. You save your breath. You might live a day longer. Save your breath. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, caller, for your input here on our program, Voices for Today. We are still taking your calls. You can call us today as we continue this discussion. We are going to shift gears just a little bit, not to really change up the topic per se, but the Royal Caribbean Group vessels arrived. One arrived earlier this week, and the other arrived this morning at 8:50, approximately 8:50, according to a press release issued by the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. That is the Grandeur of the Seas, and they docked at Port Zante, and they will be safe harboring for some 60 days. Of course, it is important to note that if in the event a crew member tests positive for COVID-19, on entry into St. Kitts, the vessel will have to leave Port Zante for international waters. So just to note that the Grandeur of the Seas, they are here, and they will be safe harboring for the next 60 days. I saw some comments surrounding this whole thing with the cruise ship coming in, they're trying to kill off people and all these comments. I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and you say what you feel and what you think, but they're here for safe harboring, and they will be required to quarantine for the 14 days. They will be required to the Federation's COVID-19 protocols. So, of course, we are entitled to ask our own questions and to find out more about things such as these, but please be advised that the persons on the crew members, I think it's some 72 crew members, they will have to comply with the COVID-19 protocols within the Federation. And as we're here talking about COVID-19, I think it is rather interesting to note that Anguilla, which is a British territory, they are slated to receive the COVID-19 vaccine in early January 2021. And that was a statement made by the Ministry of Health and the Health Authority in Anguilla, where they said officials have briefed the Executive Council on plans for the introduction of the COVID-19 vaccines in Anguilla. Of course, this is because Anguilla is a British territory, and it says this is following the United Kingdom's commitment to incorporate Anguilla and the other overseas territories into the procurement for mainland UK. It says here that the vaccines are expected on Ireland as early as January 19th, 2021. So some very good things are happening in our neighboring islands, but surrounding this whole COVID-19 vaccine situation, persons are a bit uneasy. I remember having a conversation last evening regarding this, and persons are like, oh, well, nobody can force me to take no vaccine. And I mean, that is your right. That is really, really your right. And so you basically have that choice to make. No one should be able to force anything down your throat and say, look, you must take this and you must take that. But we have been taking vaccines for a very long time. We have taken vaccine for all kind of things, and we're fine. For the most part, we are fine. So I trust that we will have a better response to the vaccine that is really for our good. We are anticipating your calls. For those of you who are first-time listeners and you want to call in, you can call us at 662-0989, 762-0989, 466-0989. You are listening to Voices here on 1FM 98.9, and I am your host for today. If we have no calls, we're just going to say thank you to our sponsors once more, and we will return shortly.
one wish come true. It's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
Clap and Rams, the good food people. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas from Rams. This Christmas at Rams Supermarket is free. This December, shop all Rams supermarkets and take advantage of all the in-store specials and free giveaways. Celebrate Christmas with Rams, where you're guaranteed better prices, better quality, and better value for your money. Happy holidays from Rams, the good food people.
Terms and conditions apply. See in stores for details.
TDC Home and Building Depots Beat the Rush Sale!
We've got the road.
This holiday season, beat the rush! Shop early at the TDC Home and Building Depots. This is your time to get everything you need with an in-store 25% discount. You can't miss this sale. So, beat the rush, avoid the hassle, and go to TDC Home and Building Depots this weekend to shop and save. TDC is Christmas. Something given. Terms and conditions apply.
We've got the road.
We have our second call, sorry. We seem to have lost that call. Call us back here, caller. You're listening to Voices here on 1FM 98.9, and we are speaking about the COVID-19 vaccine, which will be distributed in Anguilla. Earlier we touched on, and the caller is back. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Caller, good morning. We're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Cornelius. How are we doing?
I am doing fine, and you?
Oh, you're giving God thanks as usual. You brought me through another week. So for that, I'm grateful. Let me start by sending some condolences to my family in St. Thomas. This morning, I don't know if you continue right now, you have Donald Henry. Some of you will remember Donald Henry from Spot Street. He's being laid to rest today in St. Thomas, USBI. And I learned today also of the passing of my cousin, Elsie Galloway. Those of you from the village, you know Elsie. Elsie from Miss Thompson, from Haysmith Village. She will be laid to rest on Monday. Now, let me get to the issue. I issued a call for the police to pick back up what they left off. They will have to institute the stop and search again. I think people got comfortable, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So where they had the guns, they brushed them off, washed them off, or whatever. And they're using them again. So the police, the defense force, whatever, they have got to start to stop and search again. You might say, well, they didn't stop. Well, maybe you didn't stop, but the criminals are work out where you are, what you are doing. Because we don't want this thing again. There are elements, there are elements in our society who take pleasure in bad news. That's why I like the young man in anger. Think only good news?
Yeah.
Some people can't take good news. So I must be rejoicing. Everything is somebody else's pain. A lot of the youth are misguided. Somebody was complaining, oh, Miss, anyway you say. A lot of the youth are misguided, and they need to reactivate some of the social services in terms of psychological or whatever, conflict resolution among the youths. And they have got to give up the spirit of greed. and vengeance and revenge. But you see, we raise them on it, you know. You hear it every time. We love retaliation. We like Kung Fu, you know, Kung Fu, the karate.
Yeah, we like to
them.
respond to everything.
My husband was a karate man. Generations trying to seek revenge. And that is it. The Bible says, God give us. If we don't forgive, we will not be forgiven. Some of us think, oh, well, I ain't going to forgive and me ain't going to forget. Darling, every time you sin, God forgive you, you know, you ask. That's why the Our Father prays that forgive us our trespasses, even as we do the same thing for other people. Now let me get to this thing with the support. And it confirms, you know, this is why I say you have to enforce the security services around the quarantine area. We were informed that the ships, when they come along shore the port, they will stay there. They were to quarantine on board, isn't that so?
Yes.
Now, can you imagine that a Kititian, I don't know the person's nationality, an employee of and the agent of the ship, according to the news I heard on the radio, because I wasn't there, the police intercepted a vehicle that was bringing back 2 persons from one of the ships who had taken to shop in a supermarket. And the person should be charged with a criminal offense, you know. They should be charged with a criminal offense.
Right.
Because don't tell me, we like to say, oh, the bad boy do. This is why my friend they say white collar crime worse than black collar crime. You hear everybody trying to stay safe. People can't even have their events. But this Mr. Man, I mean, you carry them shopping. Can you understand? If you were the cashier who checked those persons, even though you might have been masked and them masked, you know, the questions in your mind, we have got to be more responsible, and they should charge the person.
Well, you see, the whole situation is so funny. How did that happen?
Because
I mean, I understand people will slip through the crack and all of that.
This ain't a slip, you know. Slip. This ain't a slip. Because remember, you have to, number one, have access to the port. That's the first thing. They were done at Port Zante.
If they were done at Port Zante?
Up at where were they? Where the boat anchored?
They're anchored at the cargo area there.
Right. So it takes a lot to get in there. You can't just walk in thing, you know. You have heard they come on the way, they talk all about all of the things you have to go through to clear your own box, to clear your own barrel. But this agent, of course, he will have access. You know? I mean, we should be outraged. Can you imagine if they said today, oh, you know, they were tested positive, whether positive or negative? If you don't stop it, the next thing you know, the boat empty and we don't know where they're gone.
Right.
Because, as you say, some of them own coasters and so. And under the pretext, because according to what I understood, there was to be no personal contact if they wanted goods. The containers were to be loaded on the pier, and the ship was to receive the containers. And even if they were that desperate, they could have sent a slip of paper with the money or whatever, you know, or send the order to the agent who could have given them a credit or something like that.
Right.
You know, so I am quite a bit disturbed. And I beg you all, please to pray for this country here. Pray for the country whenever you kneel down, lie down and pray. Sit down, or whatever you're doing to pray, pray. Because there are forces at work determined to destroy the country. I have time. I want you to bring up something else. Tell me. Anybody else calling?
No. You just have another half a minute. Sorry.
All right. Now, there is this discussion that has come up about this 2 term for the Prime Minister. A discussion which I find quite intriguing. Intrigue is I use the word. I use intrigue, right? There was a call made by Mr. Edinburgh on another radio station about Dr. Douglas not offering up himself again and whatever, and he named 3 persons, Dr. Douglas, Honorable Marcella Liebert, and the Prime Minister. And he made some suggestions or recommendations, he said. And interestingly, there are certain elements in the unity camp who have taken up Mr. Edinburgh's recommendations and are putting them forward with the hope of trying to get them accepted without even thinking of what they are doing. The Bible says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly. No ungodly person, I don't care how bright you are, smart you are, you can't influence me. I don't care what anybody say. Because if your source is wrong and bad, you can't influence me. You may say it, I might think about it and examine it. But to take it positively, no. So here we have some people suggesting, now the Honorable Prime Minister gave his word time and time again that he intended to serve 2 terms. 2 terms equal 10 or less years. Because, you can't call the election before, right?
Right.
2 terms equal to 10 or less years. I am now hearing some elements saying, oh, well, the law ain't passed and the Constitution must be upheld. I said to myself, where are we heading? Can we take the word of a politician? Because that's what I'm asking, personal integrity.
Okay. Well, just wrap up quick because we seem to have another
All
call
right, so I
coming
want
in.
people to think about it. Can people be trusted? Does your word mean anything? All right, then.
Yes, thank you so much, caller, for your input. We seem to have lost that call. Just some bad news, alarming news here, just reaching me. Unconfirmed reports are that a young man was killed in Nevis just a while ago in the Cotton Ground area. I am told in front of his house. So unconfirmed, the police have not issued a statement as yet. We're going to try to get some information regarding this very unfortunate incident from the police. But unconfirmed reports are that a young man was shot to death in Nevis in the Cotton Ground area. And of course, this comes on the heels of an incident that took place last night in Nevis where a young man was shot. That young man that was shot last night is, I'm told, in stable condition, but a shooting incident took place this morning in Nevis in Cotton Ground. We have a call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Now, some people will disagree with a lot of things that the police them is doing, right? You understand? No police is perfect. You got the bad and the good cops in the police force. And we as citizens of this country, we supposed to concern about when anything happens, whether somebody rap somebody, or somebody kill somebody, or whatsoever. We're supposed to be concerned citizens. Not citizens that, because you see something, and if, what some of the police them be, you ain't going to report it to the police station or whatsoever. You understand? And when some of these police start to act now and do what they got to do, we the same people come on and criticize the police. They're more too wicked, they're too bad. Eh? Look what they do with the young man. Look what they do with the young man. Look what the young man was doing to people. You understand? Some parents, they got the disobedient children them. When the police they meet them and beat them up, They go to lawyer, pay big money and all kind of things, and maybe the cop might end up got to pay money. You understand? So sometimes these policemen may be afraid to, when they meet these people doing whatever they're doing, they're afraid to do whatever they got to do.
Caller? We seem to have lost that call. So, for those of you who are just tuning in, some very unfortunate information. Of course, this is unconfirmed. A statement has not been issued by the police as yet, but there was a murder in Nevis involving a young man in the Cotton Ground area, that is in the St. Thomas's parish on the island of Nevis. Very unfortunate news, and this, of course, comes on the heels of a recent shooting incident that took place last evening in Nevis. We'll take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Mr. Cornelius. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, thanks.
I want to say something. I don't know how much people listen to these different talk shows, but as journalists, I think you guys are doing a horrible job, and I'll tell you why I say that. The officials keep letting you all know, or letting the general public know, and some people not hearing it, that the incident with these people who claim that they went shopping, let them know it's not from the cruise ship. It's a cargo ship that was at the Deepwater port, right? But people keep calling in and saying the same thing, and nobody from the journalists, the radio station, correcting them.
Caller, hold a moment. You were clearly not listening. There was a caller that spoke about that incident, and the caller made reference to the cruise pier. I said it was from the cargo area. You were clearly not listening. Continue.
Well, I did listen, and I can't recall hearing.
Well, you should have asked first.
Miss Henry just was talking about the same thing, and I did not hear you correct and tell her, well, then it's the cruise ship.
I did.
The Deepwater port.
I said it was at the cargo area.
At the Deepwater port. I mean, if the cruise ships are at the Port Zante, and people keep saying at the Deepwater port, but for some strange reason, people still calling in and saying,
caller,
cruise ship passengers.
Have you checked our website to see the story that we posted?
No,
it clearly, precisely my point. It clearly states at the Deepwater port. So for you to come here and say that the journalists are doing a terrible job, you did not do your job to find out the details. So I am encouraging you to go and do your job to find out the details. But don't come here and say that journalists are doing a horrible job when you did not do yours.
I am capable of going on the internet and searching for what I need to search for, but I'm just saying it for the people who don't have that capability of doing that.
But caller, I'm telling you to do your job, do what you're supposed to do to make sure before you make such a statement, to make sure you have the information.
Well,
the caller made reference to the cruise pier, and I said it took place at the cargo area.
Different shows on this station, right? People calling in and saying, and for some strange reason, people just going away with the wrong idea.
Well, the journalists here at Win FM have been doing a superb job, and we did report that it took place at the Deepwater port.
What I'm listening to all the time, I'm hearing people calling and saying the same thing, and for some strange reason, no one is correcting them. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, caller, for your input here on our program. We continue to take your calls as we approach the 12 o'clock hour. We will break for our news at 12, and we will return at 12:30. For those of you who are just tuning in, you can call us at 662-0989, 762-0989, and 466-0989. We are still taking your calls. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Oh, sir, I'm back again. I'm called to back you up. You did say the ship is at the cargo pier. I heard you tell that to Miss Henry.
That's what I said to her.
I wasn't intending to call back. But since I called to straighten your point, tell Mr. Politics, me Chukai, the 30th of December, this December here, almost get me short cut with a piece of cable tie from one end of the road to the next I was riding I does ride a scooter bike. When call the senior police at Battery Police Station to come and get the footage from the camera. I tell you, December coming, I make 2 years, she ain't reached yet. So guy could have get his death, and we're dead and gone. For nothing. I say it in a talk show program the other day. The inspector come tell me he must come to the station. What are the station for? To make himself look like an ass? Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, caller, for your input. We seem to be having some technical difficulties on the Facebook page regarding the volume. So the volume is not high enough. Sorry, my apologies to you. The volume is clear here, so we're going to check out that issue and try to resolve it as soon as possible. But thank you so much for pointing that out to us. You are listening to Voices here on 1FM 98.9, your radio station, and we are still taking your calls as we approach the 12 o'clock hour. Again, the numbers to call are 662-0989, 762-0989, and 466-0989. I'm your host, Devon Cornelius, and we are still taking your calls. For those of you who are just tuning into this program, I said earlier there are some unconfirmed reports reaching our news desk that a young man was shot and killed in Nevis in Cotton Ground. We here at WinFM, we will contact the police to ascertain the details, the accurate details about this very unfortunate incident. But these reports again are unconfirmed, as the police have not issued a statement regarding this incident. We are still taking your calls. This is just 11:51 as we approach the 12 o'clock news hour. And we will break for the news, of course, and we will return at 12:30. So call us today. We'll probably just take maybe 2 or 3 more calls, depending on how the calls go, and then we will break at 12. This is a very unfortunate incident, and it is something I could definitely relate to, as I lost a brother last year as he was killed. So this is something that I could relate to, and my heart, my prayers, and my thoughts, it goes out to the family of that young man. It is never a good feeling, and it is never something that we, as people of St. Kitts and Nevis, or anybody, would want to hear regarding any life, whether it be young or old, black or white, any life. And that is a very unfortunate and alarming situation. And I trust that the family would be comforted at this time. But we're just going to take just a few more calls. It is now 11:53, and we are anticipating your calls. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this program. This is Voices right here on 1FM 98.9. Today is Friday, December 11th, 2020, and we are having our first segment of Voices. Of course, we usually break at 12 for the news, and we will return at 12:30. We have a call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, Mr. Collins, yes, sir. I just want to tell my good virgin there just now that not because that happened to him. You understand? He could seek further. You understand? We cannot bring down the people who are trying to protect the country. Because if we ain't had police and we ain't had a different force, what a tragedy will it be in this country with our safety. You understand? Because some people live in the mountain now. Some people live all about now. People build houses all over the place. And every day see the police back and forth. There are securities them. The Windsor security them. Back and forth. And if we never had people like those, security going around and doing check, people up and down will do a lot of wrong things still. And I see government now install a lot of cameras, the security forces install a lot of cameras. Even in the mountain we're part to be right now with the animal them. Camera all around because people living up here. So as long as these cameras working, you know, people, they could got a clue who these people who doing these crimes. You understand? So we shouldn't try to bash everything because I myself had concern with police too, and I take my concern when I get from the lower rank, I go up to the upper rank and I get justice. We cannot bring them down. We got to work with them regardless to what. We got to work with the police. We got to work with the force. You understand? That's what I just tell me, good brethren there. We got bad cop, we got good cop. You understand? And some people got their friends, and when you go and report this matter, because maybe and how the people associate themselves with them, you can't get no justice. You know, they try to undermine the system, and that is what we're really going on with some of these cops in the police force. You understand? But all the cops them is not alike, brother. So let me still try to work with the cop them. You see what's just start up again? You understand? Brother, Cornelius, you have a wonderful lunch. May God bless you and keep you. God bless the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis.
Thank you so much, caller, for being a part of our program. We are just 5 minutes away, or 4 minutes away, rather, from the 12 o'clock hour, where we will break for the news. We're going to take just maybe 2 more calls as we end the first segment of this program. Again, thank you guys so much for being a part of this program. It's always a pleasure to hear the different point of views and different opinions of our people here in the Federation. And your comments, of course, once they're respectful, are definitely welcomed. So thank you guys so much for being a part of our program. We have a call. Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
Yeah, good morning again, Kevon.
Good morning.
Well, I want to thank the person for the correction. I did ask you the location of the boat, eh?
Yes, I did tell you it's cargo.
It is a cargo ship.
Yes.
But cargo ship or cruise ship, they are not to come off. They never, they said they come, they stay on board. So my sentiments about the act or the action, I still stand. And it means, therefore, the port will have to strengthen the security. That's what I have to say. So thanks for all those who corrected me. And don't stress the small stuff, eh? All right, then.
Thank you so much for your input, Mrs. Henry. Thank you so much. And thank all of you for being a part of our program. We are going to break now for our news, and we will return at 12:30 for the news. It has been a very good morning in regards to, the different discussions that we have been having for the morning. And again, thank you guys so much for being a part of this program. You are listening to Voices right here on Wind FM 98.9, your radio station. Of course, we're going to break at 12, and then we will return at 12:30 for the second segment of Voices. And so we touched on the shooting incident that took place on Nevis last evening in the Halneys Road area, where a young man was shot, and according to the police, he is in a stable condition. And this comes on the heels of a recent fatal shooting incident that occurred in the Newtown area here on St. Kitts, where a young man was found at a shop, his motionless body. And now we're getting some unconfirmed reports that a young man was shot and killed in Nevis this morning in the Cotton Ground area in the St. Thomas's Parish. Very, very unfortunate incidents, and this is never something that we would want to hear about, whether it be our young people or anybody. All life is important, all life matters. And so, very unfortunate incident. And so, for those of you who are just tuning in, these are some of the major developments that have taken place here in St. Kitts and Nevis in less than about 24 hours. But we are going to break at the news right now at 12, and we will return at 12:30 for the second half. Thank you guys so much for being a part of our program, and see you at 12:30.
Are you wondering what to do this holiday season? Will it be the same? Will you be able to give your family all that they need? Well, with TDC Financial Services, all your holiday woes will disappear. You can get up to $35,000 unsecured for your holiday needs. Give us a call at 465-6516 or 469-5430 to find out how we can help to make your holidays happier for you and your family. TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the Win FM Headline News. The Win FM Headline News is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, Carib Brewery, CNC Trading.
Tis the season to save with Delayed Wallet and Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Purchasing a new car this Christmas? Save up to 65% off. Yes, that's 65% off your motor insurance premiums. Switch and save up to an additional 30% discount on your premiums. Visit us at Liverpool Road, Bastier, St. Kitts, or Hunkins Drive, Nevis. Call 465-2631 or 469-5303. Promotion ends December 31st. Quotations valid until January 15. Terms and conditions apply. 'Tis the season to save up to 65% off.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world. Whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous, you can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air. We get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises, telephone number 466-9595. Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world. Whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous, you can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air. We get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises, telephone number 466-9595.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts, offering 24-hour nursing, therapeutic, and residential care for older adults? It's situated at Otley, 7 miles east of Vastair in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodation to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020, fax 466-8221, or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com, or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
A young man was shot in the Hanleys Road area in Nevis last evening, December 10th, 2020, when contacted the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force to ascertain more information regarding this incident. Commenting on the matter was Superintendent Lyndon David, head of the Nevis Division of the Police Force.
We are investigating a shooting incident that took place at Hanleys Road in Nevis, that's in Zinderland. This incident was taking place sometime after 7 thereabouts. However, the person at the time was, based on the injuries that we saw, still looking at it in terms of life-threatening, well, I will be unable to say that. But the person should be in a stable condition at this time.
The name of the young man was not disclosed. Superintendent David stated that items of evidential value were recovered from the scene. The police are seeking the assistance of the general public regarding this incident. Persons with information are asked to contact the police at 469-5391 or their nearest police station. An official groundbreaking ceremony was held today, Thursday, December 10th, 2020, at the Bastia Valley National Park for the commencement of the Bastia Valley Solar and Storage Project. This solar generation and storage project will provide about 30 to 35% of St. Kitts base load energy needs for the next 20 to 25 years, while reducing carbon dioxide emissions by more than 740,000 metric tons. The $70 million microgrid project is being built by Leclanché, one of the world's leading energy storage companies, which will serve as the prime engineering, procurement, and construction contractor. Chief Executive Officer of Leclanché, Anil Srivastava, in a live video feed from Switzerland, gave the commitment of his company to complete construction of the project in about 12 to 8 months with the assistance of Solrid Limited and the St. Kitts Electricity Company Limited, SCELEC.
The project essentially is about harnessing the power, the energy from sun through the solar panels, the array of panels which will be installed close to the ground you are today. At the heart of the project is an innovative energy management software from Leclanché, which binds this energy into Leclanché's energy storage systems. This green power plant, as we call it, will deliver green electricity to SCELEC when needed 7/24. Upon completion, more than 25% of electricity in St. Kitts will come from this green power plant. To the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, what does it really mean? It means that we will power your homes in the night with solar energy, your air conditioners, your tourist resorts, your hotels, your businesses. We will do so in a way that Leclanché and its investment partners, we will fund the complete project. In other words, SCELEC will not to put any upfront capital investment. The people of St. Kitts and Nevis get access to clean, green energy without Skelec putting any upfront capital investment.
The Chief Executive Officer said the project consists of a fully integrated 35.7 megawatts solar photovoltaic system and a 14.8 megawatt-hour lithium-ion battery energy storage system utilizing Leclanche's proprietary energy management system. The Honorable Sean Richards, Deputy Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis and Minister of Public Infrastructure, Post and Urban Development, at the ceremony said Skelec has been working closely with Leclanche for nearly 2 years now, developing a state-of-the-art and highly sustainable energy production and storage system to service our citizens. The land, which was once used for sugarcane production but has been idle for years, was leased to Leclanche by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis under a 20-year agreement with an automatic 5-year renewal. Environmental impact assessment and geotechnical analysis were successfully completed in 2019, demonstrating the renewable energy project will bring a positive impact to the Bastia Valley. Remarks were also delivered by the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, and Rajneesh Walia, Director of Solrid Limited. Also present at the groundbreaking ceremony were cabinet members of the federal government, permanent secretaries, and department heads.
During the National Emergency Operations Center press briefing on December 9th, the Medical Chief of Staff Cameron Wilkinson shared the new guidelines for mass gatherings, starting with what constitutes a mass gathering in the context of COVID-19.
Now, some persons ask, what is a mass gathering? An event counts as a mass event or mass gathering if the number of people it brings together is so large that it has the potential to strain the planning and response resources of the health system in the community where it takes place. And this is in the context of COVID-19.
Prior to COVID-19, a mass gathering may have meant a stadium filled with hundreds or thousands of people, such as the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Queen Pageant or Juve. Now, in the context of COVID-19, a mass gathering within the Federation can be seen as a crowd of 100 or more. The introduction of these guidelines is a combination of outcries from the entertainment industry and concerns from health authorities and law enforcement. Wilkinson went on to describe some other aspects of the new guidelines to be adopted with immediate effect.
Now, in addition to the number of persons, we also take into consideration the location and the duration of the event. And we have a number of guidelines that we've put forward so that persons can follow. First, permission must be obtained from the Commissioner of Police, and this will be done in collaboration with the Chief Medical Officer for hosting these events. And we are asking organizers not to advertise these events until permission is obtained. Now, a gathering refers to a planned or spontaneous event, whether it is indoor or outdoor, with a small number of people participating or a large number of persons in attendance, such as community events, concerts, festivals, conference, parades, wedding, and sporting events. So we should be quite clear now what we are speaking about as it relates to these gatherings. Now, the number of persons present would significantly affect the risk as it pertains to the spread of COVID-19. The lowest risk, obviously, is associated with virtual events. The highest risk is associated with a large in-person gathering, where it is difficult for individuals to remain spaced at least 6 feet apart, and attendees travel from outside the local area. And this is the scenario with the major mass events that we normally have round about Christmas and Carnival time.
A major part of the new guidelines is the introduction of caps.
We have decided to place a cap on the number of persons who can attend these events. And so going forward from now, there will be a cap on the number of persons who can attend these mass gatherings or social events. And this figure was factored into when we thought about the capacity of our healthcare system. In addition to the number of persons scheduled to attend, factored in when the decision is made, is whether or not there will be music, dancing, alcohol, and the duration of the event. It's not just the absolute number that we'll be looking at, but what happens at the events. Now, going forward, the event sizes would be in three main categories: small, medium, and large. Small is an event with persons number between 25 and 50, medium between 51 and 100, and large between 101 and 150.
Wilkinson added that consideration will be given with respect to whether the event is indoors or outdoors. Permission will not be given to any event that is indoors with more than 100 persons, as the risk of spread is greater indoors compared to outdoors, explained Wilkinson. In order for event organizers and promoters to gain approval, Wilkinson addressed the requirements necessary for clearance of their event.
Now, there are certain things that the event promoters, entertainers, and organizers must know as it relates to the requirements. They have to submit their tax clearance and a valid business license from the Inland Revenue Department. A written outline of their protocols for hosting the event must be submitted with the layout of the venue and the security plan, and this will be vetted by the Commissioner of Police. They must submit the application on an online website, which will be provided to you just now, at least 15 days prior to the event. And we have committed to giving you a response within 3 to 4 days of your application, so that persons can't say they sent in an application and had to wait several weeks before. And so this will make sure that you don't have to advertise before you get permission, because once you send your application in, you should get a response within 3 to 4 days of sending in the application.
A full copy of the guidelines should be disseminated to the public shortly.
This is the Carib Update News Service. I'm Wendy Chateau reporting. Dominica expresses confidence in its plans for a vaccine rollout. This is the big story we're tracking this hour on Friday, December 11th, 2020. Details of this story and more straight ahead. Now for the details. Dominica says it is confident that it has a proper system in place to ensure the effective rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine. Chief Medical Officer David Johnson has announced that a committee has been established to manage the process.
This National Technical Committee will report on the progress made in the plans and implementation of the COVID-19 vaccine in Dominica. So this technical committee is the critical body for the successful planning, coordination, and implementation of the vaccine.
At a press conference late Wednesday, Johnson outlined who will be first in line to get the vaccine in Dominica.
When the vaccine becomes available, our frontline healthcare workers, our first responders, including fire and ambulance, our police, customs, and immigration, who are all frontline workers. Very importantly, persons with chronic diseases, to include patients who have cancer, hypertension, diabetes, or persons with chronic kidney problems, and our elderly, persons over 65 years old.
Johnson said Dominica will only use vaccines approved by the World Health Organization.
We'll be liaising with the Pan American Health Organization on vaccines that are approved under the COVAX facility. All vaccines, and I repeat, all vaccines procured in Dominica will be those that are approved by the World Health Organization.
Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley has announced that a national strike had been averted and G-Force had agreed to pay all security workers $8.79 an hour from January 1, 2021, as opposed to $7.42. She also said that the changes would benefit not only G-Force workers, but would have an impact on thousands of workers across a range of sectors as government moves towards a national minimum wage. Motley said G-Force admitted that security officers and security stewards were doing the same work and getting different wages. She said there had also been a commitment to a minimum number of hours as guided by the collective agreement, but not fewer than 40 hours a week. By April next year, Barbados could, for the first time, introduce a national minimum wage along with fixed amounts for different sectors. Currently, the legal minimum wage of $6.25 per hour applies only to shop assistants. The United States Department of State has imposed visa sanctions on 6 former members of Jamaica's disbanded crime management unit of the police force. The sanctions have also extended to the immediate family members of the 6 former cops. The State Department made the announcement on Thursday to coincide with International Anti-Corruption Day and International Human Rights Day. According to the State Department, the 6 former CMU members were involved in extrajudicial killings. In 2003, the Renato Adams-led CMU was disbanded following allegations that the squad was involved in extrajudicial executions. A year later, Adams was taken off active duty pending the outcome of the trial for him and 5 other CMU cops for the murder of 4 people in Carroll, Clarendon. In December 2005, the cops were all acquitted in the Home Circuit Court in what Adams had described as the mother of all trials. This is Newsbreak from the Carib Update News Service. In more news, Sandals Resorts has announced it is opening a resort in Curaçao. Curaçao will mark the 9th island destination for the brand in the Caribbean. The company says Sandals Curaçao will initially include 350 luxurious rooms and suites stretched along the Spanish Water Bay and the Caribbean Sea, with a further expansion planned in the coming years. Formerly named Santa Barbara Beach and Gulf Resort, part of a broader 3,000-acre development, the resort will be overhauled starting early next year. In sports and cricket, New Zealand were 294 for 6 at the close of day 1 of the second cricket test against West Indies at the Basin Reserve. Henry Nicholls, who survived at least 2 chances, was 117 not out. Shannon Gabriel has bagged 3 for 57 and debutant Shemar Holder 2 for 65. This has been another edition of Newsbreak from the Carib Update News Service, the Caribbean's newsroom. Reporting this hour, I am Wendy Chateau.
BBC News with Sue Montgomery. European Union leaders have agreed deeper cuts to greenhouse gas emissions, increasing their target to 55% by the end of the decade, when compared to 1990 levels. The goal was 40%. Here's Danny Eberhard.
The deal was reached following wrangles with Poland, which is heavily dependent on coal and sought guarantees on financial help for a green transition. The head of the European Council, Charles Michel, hailed it as evidence the EU is leading the fight against climate change. The European Commission chief, Ursula von der Leyen, said it put the bloc on a clear path to climate neutrality by 2050. It comes a day before an international summit on the 5th anniversary of the Paris Climate Accord. Scientists and campaigners stress nations must commit urgently to deeper cuts.
The British pharmaceutical firm AstraZeneca and Russia's Gamaleya Institute say they'll collaborate to see if they can make their COVID vaccines work together to produce more effective treatments. From Moscow, Sarah Rainsford.
A representative of AstraZeneca told the BBC the trial would take place here in Russia, and Sputnik V's backers say it'll start this year, but the full details aren't clear yet. The 2 countries' vaccines are similar in design, although Sputnik V uses a different adenovirus vector or carrier for each jab, and it's always claimed this makes it more effective. This announcement of scientific collaboration is intriguing. Russia previously mocked the AstraZeneca jab as a monkey vaccine, referring to its use of a chimpanzee cold virus rather than a human one.
The Swiss government has announced tighter coronavirus restrictions as infections there rise. It's ordered bars and restaurants to close at 7 p.m. from Saturday. In Germany, there are calls for tougher measures as confirmed daily infections hit a new high of nearly 30,000. It's also registered its worst daily figure for coronavirus-related deaths, nearly 600. Hungary has said it plans to seek approval to use a Chinese coronavirus vaccine from national regulators. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says Turkey avoided stiffer EU sanctions over his country's oil exploration in the eastern Mediterranean because what he called reasonable EU members thwarted harsher measures. Here's Orla Guerin.
EU leaders talked tough, accusing Turkey of provocations and unilateral actions. But when it came to decision time, the response was limited. Just a move to add more individuals to the sanctions list. Wider sanctions are not off the table. A final decision is due at a summit in March. Turkey's foreign ministry accused the EU of adopting a biased and illegal approach. It has been sending survey vessels in and out of waters claimed by EU members Greece and Cyprus.
BBC News. With time running out to secure a post-Brexit trade deal, the head of the European Commission has said that the EU is not insisting that Britain follow it on all future regulatory changes, a key sticking point. Ursula von der Leyen said Britain would remain free to decide whether to follow rule changes, but the EU would adapt its access to the single market accordingly. Around 1 million doctors in India have gone on a day-long strike to protest against a new rule that allows practitioners of traditional Ayurveda medicine to perform minor surgeries. The head of the Indian Medical Association, Rajan Sharma, said all non-essential consultations and surgeries would be suspended during the 12-hour strike period. With more details, here's Anbarasan Etarajan.
Doctors say the Indian government's rule allowing some Ayurveda practitioners to carry out surgical procedures trivializes the modern medical profession. They are being allowed to do some procedures involving the eyes, ears, nose and throat after additional training. The Indian Medical Association has asked its members not to teach modern medicine to students of other systems. The governing Hindu nationalist BJP, which takes pride in ancient Indian culture, has been trying to revive and promote Ayurveda.
The owners of a house in Bristol in southwest England have pulled out of the sale of their property after a piece by the elusive graffiti artist Banksy appeared in its wall overnight. They were due to exchange contracts next week, but the work by one of Bristol's most famous sons could see the value of their house rocket. The piece, entitled Achoo, shows a woman sneezing with such force that she loses her walking stick, handbag and dentures. Because the house is on one of England's steepest streets, adjoining buildings also appear to be blown away. And that's the latest BBC News.
That was the WinFM Headline News, brought to you by KDP Enterprises, Caribbean Alliance, Carib Brewery, CNC Trading, The Grange.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts, offering 24-hour nursing, therapeutic and residential care for older adults? It's situated at Otley, 7 miles east of Vastair in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodation to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020, fax 466-8221, or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com, or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world. Whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous, you can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air. We get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises, telephone number 466-9595.
Without limits, happy and free. The skin you're in with no apology. The one to seize the day. Grab an LLB. Live, love, be. With LLB. Live, love, be. Live, love, be. Be who you know you can be. Grab an LLB. Live, love, be. Angostura, lemon, lime and bitters. Live, love, be.
Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season to save with Delayed Woman and Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Purchasing a new car this Christmas? Save up to 65% off. Yes, that's 65% off your motor insurance premiums. Switch and save up to an additional 30% discount on your premiums. Visit us at Liverpool Road, Bastyr, St. Kitts or Hunkins Drive, Nevis. Call 465-2631 or 469-5303. Promotion ends December 31st. Quotations valid until January 15th. Terms and conditions apply. 'Tis the season to save up to 65% off.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
You found the sound. 98.9 Win FM.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
Paint it, tile it, improve it. Your walls, paint it. Your floors, tile it. Your home, improve it. Huge savings at the Hosford's Building Center. Paint it, tile it, improve it. Sales event happening now. Yes. Come to Hosford's Building Center now and get savings of 25% off all paint and up to 75% off all tiles. Yes, yes. Nothing's are gonna keep at Hosford's with up to 75% off piles of tiles in all styles and 25% off all paint. Come now and get a chance to win $500 shopping spree at Value Mart with the purchase of 5 gallons of paint or more. That's right. Buy 5 gallons or more of paint and you get a chance to win $500 in free groceries. Starting now until December 31st, 2020. It's your home, so paint it, tile it, improve it at Hosford's Building and Nevis Center's year-end Paint It, Tile It, Improve It sale. Come now, save big, and simply paint it, tile it, and improve it. The event starts now and ends December 31st, 2020. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Good afternoon, and welcome back to Voices right here on 1FM 98.9. I am your host, Devon, calling you this, and thank you guys so much for staying with us. This is the Friday, December 11th, 2020 edition of Voices, and again, thank you to our first time and usual listeners, and thank you so much for being a part of the program. Thank you so much to our sponsors for making this program possible. And we are going to continue our discussion for today. And the phone lines are open, so you can definitely call us. For those of you who are not sure of our numbers, they are 662-0989, 662-0989, and of course 466-0989. So call us today and be a part of this program right here on 1FM 98.9 Voices. Just to shift gears a bit, but just before I do that, we were unable to ascertain more information regarding the shooting incident in Nevis earlier this morning. We were unable to get more information regarding this incident. However, we will be following that recent development. We have a call. Good afternoon, caller. You are on the air.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes. May I comment on an issue that was one of your news items? The one concerning the solar farm project. Right.
Sure.
That is supposed to be developed. The had the groundbreaking for it, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, first, I'm very glad that such a project is getting off the ground, okay? And it would be an extension of the existing solar farm, that is the one close to the central bank, opposite the central bank.
Yes, yes.
And there's also one at the airport. I'm also very glad that the government seemed to have learned its lesson and is using overseas investors to finance the project. And therefore, they would be absorbing any risk associated with it. They didn't do so, if you recall, with the pier that was constructed from funds from SCASPA, National Bank, Social Security, and TDC. And they did not execute that properly either, leaving us with somewhat of a white elephant with cost overruns and litigation. Okay? Hopefully, since the investor would be looking carefully at how he spends his money, he wouldn't end up with a project that is not fit for purpose. It's not so much a foreign direct investment project because it's not going to bring in foreign exchange because we are the ones who have to pay back the investors, a return on his investment. We'll be paying for the power generated after all. At least it will save us some foreign exchange, though.
Right.
Right, because we would have had to pay for fuel and equipment for fossil fuel generating plant. It was interesting to note that the project has proprietary equipment, so it probably will not be all locally operated and maintained, as they would want to protect their trade secrets, Leclanche that is. I hope, too, that we are not locked into an agreement that would disadvantage us in terms of price for energy compared to what we're paying now. Of course, the price of fossil fuel can go up or down. Sure, it's nice that we would be clean and green, but we can do likewise if we developed our homegrown geothermal energy also. And I hope this project does not kill attempts at developing geothermal energy, because that is also, it's renewable for one thing. I think with the solar farms, the panels have a lifespan, okay, and have to be replaced after a particular time. The geothermal will always be there. I think, too, that solar farms are not particularly appealing aesthetically. When you look at them, you see all these banks of glass, okay, that take up green space. You know, you look at large areas, just like in the other islands.
Yes.
And for some reason, they're always close to airports. But you see them there, and, you know, you'd prefer to see greenery rather than glass panels. Right? I think it probably would have been better if we had adapted the TDC and the Horsford approach. You see, they have panels on top their business places.
Right, yes.
Right, they put them on roofs. And, you know, you should have used that approach and then feed them into the electricity grid. Or do like the central bank and build them on parking lots so that they have a dual purpose, the shade and provide energy.
Right.
And they can be purposed to collect and store water as well, you know. It's a parking lot, so the green space is gone anyway, right? So you know, I think we should preserve as much green spaces as we can, right? I think opting for more scaled-down panel banks, too, would have, well, it probably would have been, we would probably have been able to apply it to more business places and homes, okay, and create more opportunities for employment in the installation and the maintenance, okay, instead of having one big plant, you know. It's always good when you instead of having one big plant, you disperse the plant, okay, so they become less susceptible to damage, whether accidental or otherwise, okay. I do think that the location could have been at the airport instead. We have all that green areas bordering the runway. Those areas have to be maintained periodically. Mm-hmm. Why not just put the panels there and cut down on the maintenance costs, and you'd have better security, for instance, and the power plant is still close by. Right, that would have been an option as well. But all in all, I think it's a good idea. Like I said, I wish that it was more dispersed, so you don't have that one big plant so close to the environs of the aquifer. Bastia is lacking in green spaces already. So we should be careful about just extending the concrete and glass further, okay? But like I said, it's generally a good project, and I hope that it will fuel, so to speak, a further drive to use solar, because one of the things we could have done even before generating electricity was to use solar for water heating. But for some reason, it never really caught on here. You know, in some other islands, I mean, you see solar panels for heating on virtually every house.
It may not be as popular here, but I do know a few persons who do that. They use the solar panels to heat their water.
Oh, yes, there are some here, but I mean in terms of, if I've seen places in the Windward Islands, for instance, and Barbados, where you see lots of panels on house roofs. You see what I mean?
Right, that's so true.
Yeah, you know, it didn't catch on. I guess it's, you know, the electric water heaters, it seems to be cheaper, but really in the long run, they are not. Okay, the solar panels require a big outlay initially. but they pay for themselves over time. But somehow we look short term instead of long term. But anyhow, it's like I said, it's a good project, and I hope it comes to fruition and change our whole consciousness about the environment generally, and being green, being clean energy, and because that's the way of the future. Okay then.
Thank you so much, caller, for your input on our program. We are still taking calls. You can call us for our Voices program right here on 1FM 98.9. Again, the numbers to call are 662-0989, 762-0989, and 466-0989. If you have no calls, we'll just take a short break to acknowledge our sponsors, and we will return to continue this discussion.
It's official! Friday, December 18th and Saturday, December 19th are VAT days. But you can come today and get pre-approved credit for VAT Day. Save some of the hassle of this VAT Day and drop by some of your local Hosford department stores today. Yes! Come to any Hosford department today and get pre-approved credit for December 18th and December 19th. No down payment necessary. That's right, zero money down. And no payment until February 2021. That's right, no payment until February 2021. Come to Hosford's today, where we will be dropping major discount plus pre-approved credit when you shop now. How, you ask? Well, it's simple. All you have to do is visit any of the Hosford departments, including furniture and appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, Building and Nevis Centers, and the Automotive Division. Make your VAT Day wish list, and we'll do the credit check. Come back on VAT Day and get all that you picked with your pre-approved credit and be on your way to a merrier Christmas. Whether it's new furniture, a new stove, or a brand new car, Hosford is giving you pre-approved credit today. Be on your way to a merrier Christmas. Pre-approved credit today for VAT Days December 18th and December 19th at Hosford. Visit stores for all details.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
We have a call. Good. We lost that call. Caller, please call us back at 662-0989, 762-0989, 466-0989. We are continuing this program. The caller is back. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hi, caller. Good afternoon. You are on Voices.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. I had to call a friend of mine and to figure out because I couldn't quite remember. That thing that they're about to build is something similar up at the airport, right?
Yes, the solar is like a solar farm. Yeah, yes. Solar
and
project.
And the one down there
by the ECCB?
The Eastern Central Bank, right?
Yes, correct.
Good. You know, I sometimes wonder if there's anything that this government can do. And everybody has a right to their opinion, and I respect that. But, you know, for some people, nothing that the government do seems to be right. So I would like to know. I mean, you have that farm at the airport, and you have the one down here, and this one down there, I mean, take up quite a bit of space. I mean, what is so wrong with the other one that they're now about to build? I have TDC brought in some water heaters there some years ago, and then they introduced them in the square. And the water heater is operated by cooking gas. And so I never regret buying that water heater because I don't have a full household, but a small 30-pound or 20-pound gas cylinder. And all my pipes are connected to it. And a 20-pound cylinder lasts me sometimes 7, 8 months. And I use it every day. So I don't think there are many people here who have solar water heaters on their roof. I don't see it at all. Because I could tell you, sir, some of those water heaters, depending on how hot the sun is, they could draw a cup of coffee. Because they get real hot. So I some of these people here, and everybody has a right to criticize. But people like you with all this intelligence and so forth, you should be answered. The government should put you all on some kind of board, because you are no disrespect to yourself. I know you know me. No disrespect to you. I seem to know everything. I seem to know it all. Every time the government make a move, there's something wrong about that government there. There's something wrong with that about the move. But when Labour government was in power, everything they did was right. That's just my opinion.
Thank you, caller, for sharing your input on our program. This is Voices here on 1FM 98.9. I am your host, Devon Cornelius, and we are still taking your calls, and we have shifted gears just a little bit regarding the solar and storage project at the Bastia Valley National Park. And they broke ground yesterday. Leclanché, the company which will be undertaking the project, facilitating the project, and then you have the Skelec Hearing Syndicate, and of course, in partnership with the government. I think it's a very good initiative that is being done. Anything with solar and solar energy, really reduces the global warming and really helps the environment. So a very, very good project that is being launched here. I think, well, the chief executive officer stated yesterday that the project will be completed in just about 12 to 18 months, and they're going to commence the construction, of this entire project. So kudos to all the persons who are involved in this project, which has been dubbed as the Caribbean's largest solar and storage project. And it will cost just about in the region of $70 million. And before we go, we'll take this call. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air.
Good afternoon. It sounds I'm the last person calling in. Just as listening to a previous conversation, didn't hear the whole program, but the whole conversation. But there was a suggestion that this solar farm should be put probably at the airport around the runway itself. I don't think that's such a great idea for two reasons. One, there's not the kind of space up there that it can accommodate all those solar panels, because my understanding is that it's going to require something like 100 acres, and there's definitely nowhere near 100 acres of grass on the perimeter of the airport, for one. Not only that, but you really don't want to have a lot of metal. And I said, the metal, the kind of solar panels that are put down there will have to withstand very high winds. As far as I understand, it's supposed to be designed to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. So therefore, there's got to be good steel. So you don't want that near to your runway either, in case there's some kind of landing it's a plane whose landing gear has not come down, or some accident, a puncture on the runway on landing, and it swerves off the runway. You don't want that plane running into yards and yards of steel, because that could be dangerous, deadly for the pilots and also the passengers. Along with that, separating it into smaller areas has, from a technical point of view, creates an additional problem. Not a major problem. It does create a problem it causes loss of current in the resistance of the lines because they all have to be interconnected in some way. So if you put one in Basti and another one in Keon, as some other flat area, West Basti or something, you're going to find that you have line losses, and as a result, some of the energy that you absorb from the sun would be wasted just moving electricity from one panel to the next to be accumulated in the battery packs wherever they're located. But I think that the experts would have looked at all of this and probably made the best decision. Yes, it has used up a lot of our limited resource, that is land, but then you have to give something for something. You can't get it. You either want cheaper electricity, not, I don't suppose it's much cheaper, because I listened to the Jimmy Jomo, Williams, say that 80% of their costs in running the plant, electricity goes into fuel for the plant. It does reduce that, and as some of that may be passed on to the consumers. I hope it is. It does, because I could reduce my electricity bills. I've done that with a solar water heater, and that solar water heater, as a matter of interest, reduced my electricity consumption by something like a third. So it is a good idea to have individual water heaters on roofs. Of course, they've got to be placed in such a way that they too can withstand the high winds of a Category 3, 4, or 5 hurricane. But thanks for listening to me, sir. Have a good day.
And thank you so much for sharing that information with us. Very useful information. And I'm pretty sure that those persons listening are grateful for that. So thank you so much for being a part of our program. This is Voices on 1FM 98.9. And yes, we are still taking your calls. Good afternoon, caller. You on the air.
Hey, good afternoon, Devon. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well, and you?
Oh, you had your big lunch today?
No. It wasn't a big lunch.
I eat. Look, you eat, because I tell you why I must eat. Don't overeat. Eat balanced meal, but eat. Because by the time, you just say, when you're poor, shall we go? See how life go?
Mm-hmm.
When you're poor, you log in to eat, right? So you work hard and you accumulate wealth, and then you discover you're diabetic. You can't eat what you wanted to eat. You see how life go?
Right.
Life is like that. Now, good afternoon, Mr. McMahon. I'm glad he's interested in economics, And I want to encourage him to do on YouTube some development economics. Because what we're talking about in terms of investment and the role of investment in development and the impact of investment. Now, good afternoon, my good friend in Montserrat. He said we are discussing two different things. He said I am talking about private investment or local investment and foreign, while my good friend Mr. McMahon talking about foreign investment. It's not quite as simple as that. Mr. McMahon Collins was praising the foreign direct investors. I have no problem with it, What I do have problem with, if you understand, is the impact and the benefits. Because one thing you learn for sure, that foreign investors go where they could get the highest profit, and sometimes the cost, the social and the economic cost is so great to the local economy. They're concerned about their profits, sometimes they're not even much transfer technology. They got it, as Mr. Gentleman say. This is what a lot of developing countries are being faced with. They don't want to transfer technology, not even in terms of technical skills. They make sure they keep them to themselves, all kind of intellectual property and patents and so. That is the reason why if you're going into China and so you got to pass it over, you can't just come in and rake the country and go. This is my argument, It's not a matter of whether they come or they don't come. And to suggest that they all come and bring money. Mr. McMahon will recall that and after the Labour government left, a number of large hotel things were left standing, unfinished. Some of them look abandoned. Why? You ask why? Did they bring in a penny? Kittitian Hill was not. They didn't bring in anything, you know. Go to that's why I like to get the reference, you know, the teacher in me. Go on to the SIDF.org, I think it is website, and there you will see the financial accounts, and it will tell you how the Kittitian Hill, that was what we call foreign direct investment, was financed by our money. They're coming in. That is why you see that they are standing up like that, a lot of the buildings them. When our citizenship program ran into problems, they couldn't get enough more investors to help to finish building things. They had no money. Because if they had money, they could have completed them and then sell the units. You see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You go around St. Kitts, they have a lot of incomplete projects, you know, that form part of the Citizenship by Investment program. Then you're going, we're going to get jobs. I tell you, black people have been working from the time they bring us here, they brought us here to cut cane, plant tobacco and pick cotton. We've never been out of work. We've been out of ownership. That's what we've been out of. We've been out of having a stake. It is more than if you're going to develop your country. Look at a lot of the countries, even in Jamaica. Trinidad has oil and so they have a bigger say. Look at the people. Look at Montserrat. Look at other countries. They come in, they collect all the surplus, and when they think that they could get it somewhere cheaper, they're up and gone. And I, for one, that Stanford building, you know, I had to push Dr. Denzel Douglas on the radio because I had read the contract. The building standing up there, according to the contract, it is ours. But sometimes you get politicians, you know, a lot of our people like them out. A lot of our politicians like them out. The foreign investor only got to invite them to a cocktail or something, and they sign away everything. They give away the whole pot, kettle, everything. I mean, what have we gained? What do we own? They come in and they think, what, in terms of technology, are our people more? All of this infrastructure. You hear what they say about what even he said about the investors in the solar farm? When they're ready, or they want to change the government, because a lot of them do change governments, you know. They threaten you. This one that I heard in the news, the one from Jamaica, what's his name again? Who like to have these resorts? Sandals. Mm-hmm. Going to open one in Curacao. In Antigua, when the UPP left and Gaston Brown going with his big mouth, he wanted tax. And he want, they say, hello, you want which tax? The other government give us right to hold it. And he said he was going to court. They said, we will take you to court for a breach of contract. A contract that Gaston Brown didn't sign, you know, but the government signed it. So what they get? That is what Gaston Brown went in to say. What did we get? We're still asking ourselves, you know, over the peninsula, what did we get? Other than gates in our faces. All of those are direct investment, you know. So it is not that I don't like it. I am saying we have got, when we are inviting foreign direct investors, our people must understand what they're getting into, one, and what the people will get. We want transfer of technology. We want transfer of managerial skills. Why we could become supervisor, but we can't come one of their managers. Why? Then you hear them, oh, well, you know, the people don't have the training. These things are supposed to be written into the contract that after 2 or so years, one of our people supposed to understudy you to be able to operate at that level. That is how you get transfer, you know. It isn't just people running, come in. Because as Mr. Gentleman concerned, as long as they come, and this issue about the geothermal, strictly economics, with the price of oil down to the ground, no true investor, remember investors are looking for profit, eh? You're going to invest in geothermal when oil cheaper than dirt? You get the point?
Right, right.
It requires a lot of investment dollars to get the geothermal going, but our leaders, they give us some kind of power of excuse. Until the price of oil becomes very high, then geothermal becomes an alternative. Whether they clean or dirty, that is how it goes. You know, so I want Mr. McMahon to, you know, do a little more study. I love him, you know, because he speaks, and we have a lot of people that don't say anything. But he must understand that he has been through the situation. We have these colleges who head in the departments, for a lot of them, foreigners, you know. You realize that?
Right, right.
Foreigners, they're in education, they're in tourism. Why not? Because we have not had a transfer of knowledge and stuff like that. We get people come in and they work a while. I mean, I used to be fighting that battle at the planning unit, you know. My job was to do national accounts, estimate the GDP and do balance of payments. And all kind of people, all sort and people, you hear them still today. Oh, the central bank say, and the IMF say, and the World Bank say. Say what? They say what we say. We don't have nothing, and sometimes the government itself is slow in training its people. So when they want somebody to manage something, they have to go out, and then they come in with a massive contract and direct investments. Eh?
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right, then.
Thank you so much for your input. We are still taking calls. Call us at 6620986, 0989-762-0989 and 466-0989. Before we take any more calls, we'll just take a break to acknowledge our sponsors for Voices, and we're going to return to continue our conversation.
Paint it, tile it, improve it. Your walls, paint it. Your floors, tile it. Your home, improve it. Huge savings at the Hosford's Building Center. Paint it, tile it, improve it. Sales event happening now. Yes. Come to Hosford's Building Center now and get savings of 25% off all paint and up to 75% off all tile. Yes, yes. Nothing's ever keep at Hosford's with up to 75% off piles of tiles in all styles and 25% off all paint. Come now and get a chance to win $500 shopping spree at Value Mart with the purchase of 5 gallons of paint or more. That's right. Buy 5 gallons or more of paint and you get a chance to win $500 in free groceries. Starting now until December 31st, 2020. It's your home. So paint it, tile it, improve it. At Hosford's Building and Nevis Center's year-end Paint It, Tile It, Improve It sale. Come now. Save big and simply paint it, tile it, and improve it. The event starts now and ends December 31st, 2020. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
Good afternoon. We have a call. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Yes. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air.
Yes. Good afternoon again. This thoughtful intervention from one of the previous callers is what I would really expect. Okay, not some suggestion that I'm always being critical. You can only improve by analyzing and critiquing. You know, you concentrate more on what was done wrong so that you can improve. You know, you don't concentrate on what you did right. So please critique the points I made and stop worrying about the politics of it. Okay? Like I said, there was a gentleman earlier who made a very thoughtful intervention. I understand what the knowledgeable caller was saying about limited space at the airport, but that's exactly why I was advocating dispersing and decentralizing our electricity grid and the project generally. Use the existing, because we have limited green spaces already, use the roofs. We have lots of roofs, okay, that are just there essentially for one purpose. Make a dual purpose of it, just like the central bank did at the parking lot, or as, like I said, Hartford and TDC is doing, okay? And decentralizing means that we're more resilient to natural disasters. That was one of the aims of the project as well. And to Mrs. Henry, let me remind you that before you can have transfer of technology, the technology has to be here to transfer. So that's why I'm saying bring them in. What is negotiated with them about transfers of technology and hand-holding, you know, and that sort of thing is another matter altogether, okay? But first things first, they have to be here. And Mr. Monstrat, who called in, was exactly right. There's a big difference between local and foreign investment, because I think one of the things she was saying was that the local, we should have more local investment. There are people here with money, big firms with money, and they should invest their money more as opposed to looking for foreign investors. The thing with that is that if the local investors really just aid in the circulation of existing money, okay? But the foreign investment is needed because we have to buy stuff. We got to pay for the cars and our appliances and all those kinds of things. We can't do that from just local investment because the capital is limited, all right? Okay, we have to be able to produce things that people overseas want to buy so that we can earn the foreign exchange. Or alternatively, we can get people to buy whatever services we offer, whether in terms of our hotel plan, for instance, or a taxi driver earning his US dollars. We need to be able to do that in order to buy the things we need from overseas, because we're not living in a bubble. Okay, we don't produce a lot of the things we use, and that is why we absolutely need foreign exchange. Right? So I hope that's clear to Mrs. Henry. You have to, you can't get away from the foreign exchange, and when it comes to the transfer of technology and she mentioned specifically that all the top positions are held by foreigners. That requires negotiation, okay? That is a totally different matter altogether, all right? And yes, I agree with her that that should happen. But first, we have to get them here, all right? Because as she also pointed out, there is competition. If they don't get what they want from here, they can easily go somewhere else, go Antigua or go St. Lucia, who are prepared to give them what they want. So it's a competitive thing as well, right? And on balance, I think we've done very well indeed. She mentioned the fact that when the government changed, there were lots of empty shelves around. Of course, there were. But some of them were finished also. There was the Ramada and the Hyatt, okay? Yes, part of it was done using our money, part of Kittish Hill, and I think even Christopher Habel used some of our own money. But that money came in, I think that was money from the SIDF. That money came in from people who bought our passports, who invested by buying our passports. So it's still a net. It was still a net gain for us. All right. So we have to look at things very carefully, very thoughtfully. Bear in mind that there's competition out there, and select the best way forward. And I don't think we've done too badly at all, as I said before. Even though this government has not been good at attracting foreign direct investment, because of what was left over from the previous government, it has been able to coast along. Okay, that was my point. Okay then.
Thank you, callers, so much for adding to our program. We have another call. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Caller, good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
The logo side maker from Montserrat. Mr. Cornelius, good afternoon to all the listeners. First, really and truly, maybe just want to call out to them. I really want to call you. Cousin Henry misquote me yesterday, so therefore clarify for me. First, Cousin Henry, the information that you send over to track your family and them, I believe you have to redo that again. And remember, we make a mass exodus. So get the information properly and that we can track your family, our family. Okay then, yes, pertaining to yesterday, what may me actually say?
Pardon?
Local investment. The money only just circulate. It just go from one hand to the other, one hand to the other. You know, grow no economy. In other words, like you have a play Monopoly, Mr. Cornelius?
No, I have not, actually.
Okay, Monopoly one game. You can start the game with $1,000, $10,000, it no matter. But not the game, money change hand and you can buy houses, hotel and so forth and so. It change hand at one time, maybe me only just got one house and even lose my house. And you got 10 houses, 3 hotels. The next thing in the game, somebody else now take all that the family. So it just, you see, at one time you got plenty money in your hand, at one other time, you think. But that when the game finish, at the same 10,000, whatever you start the game with, that's why you got, that's why you put back then at the bank. You know, grow. You get the point?
Right.
No. If a foreign man come in and borrow the money from US bank, that's not a foreign investment, you know. Let me get that clear. That's the same money then at the bank that you take out. A monopoly again. At the same money now that you take. You know, selling the passport then, that's a foreign investment. That money you come in. That's a money that no me there before that are coming in. If Mr. Cornelius, if you got one family overseas and even send $1 US deal, that a $1 now add to the economy of the federation. Can you know me there before? But if you go to the bank and take out money out of the money done there, that none of foreign invest that local investment. Yes, it give work. Because me go to the bank and me borrow money from the bank and support and so me build one house. People get work, the plumber get work, this get work. So it circulates. But you know, grow the economy. That I want to say, Cousin Henry, right? And me may say now, me agree with Mr. Moran that you need foreign investment to grow the economy. Me not talk about the trade and all and stuff. Is that when the foreign people and then come in and you may base on the bad experience, you should have put it in the part there. Me may say, why you base on? You base on the bad experience, like Kitchen Hill and them when I finish and so forth and so. But it's near government, it's near the government own country, and somebody coming from overseas, they have to pay the money. And remember when the passport start, and I'm just selling a passport, the people and them is supposed to come and spend X amount. And then I don't much better off because they would have to come and spend X amount. Then when they come and spend X amount, look the amount of people to get work and so forth and so. Not just get our money just on passport. So that's all we talk about. Okay then, Mr. Cornelius.
Thank you so much, caller, for your input here on our program. We'll take a short break, and we will return to wrap up our program in the next 10 minutes.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with.
And Flow brings us all closer together with special Christmas offers for you, like free installation of high-speed internet for your home when you sign up. On the go, top up $35 and enjoy 2 gigabytes bonus data. Plus, enjoy great handset savings to share every special moment. Flow connects you to all you want for Christmas. Conditions apply.
It's official! Friday, December 18th and Saturday, December 19th are VAT days. But you can come today and get pre-approved credit for VAT Day. Save some of the hassle of this VAT Day and drop by some of your local Hosford department stores today. Yes! Come to any Hosford department today and get pre-approved credit for December 18th and December 19th. No down payment necessary. That's right, zero money down. And no payment until February 2021. That's right, no payment until February 2021. Come to Hosford's today, where we will be dropping major discount plus pre-approved credit when you shop now. How, you ask? Well, it's simple. All you have to do is visit any of the Hosford's departments, including furniture and appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, Building and Nevis Centers, and the Automotive Division. Make your VAT Day wish list, and we'll do the credit check. Come back on VAT Day and get all that you picked with your pre-approved credit and be on your way to a merrier Christmas. Whether it's new furniture, a new stove, or a brand new car, Hosford's is giving you pre-approved credit today. Be on your way to a merrier Christmas. Pre-approved credit today for VAT Days December 18th and December 19th at Hosford's. Visit stores for all details.
Good afternoon. We have a call. Good afternoon, caller. You are on the air.
Oh, yes. It's me again. Let me send the message to my family in Montserrat. I am trying to locate Mrs. Brown. They used to own a jewelry store in Plymouth, Montserrat. I know that the husband, as I said, came to St. Kitts after the eruption, and he lived with my mother-in-law, and he went back to Montserrat and died. I don't know if she went to the UK or what. So I'm just telling my family to see if we can locate Mrs. Brown, the jeweler. Now some definition, because I think we're getting confused. Foreign direct investment is any investment in capital goods, not buying food and so. That is called consumption. In the domestic economy of another country. So you never live here. and they are citizens of another country, their investment is foreign direct investment. I used to do balance of payments, And a local investor can earn foreign exchange, because I think my month that if you own a manufacturing plant or even a hotel and a guest house and you are a resident or citizen here, tourism is called an export. Even though they're here, right, we export in services. So the money they earn from tourism is foreign exchange. When the breweries company expand the plant and sell breweries abroad, the products, that earns foreign exchange. So it is not quite true to say that local investors cannot earn foreign exchange. In fact, they do earn a lot. Only we're not aware. We have people online selling their services, They earn, if you're selling your thing to somebody from another country, outside of your country, that is the earning foreign exchange, Just to clarify it. So when we talk about investment, we're talking about in things that produce something else. Not that go down and buy food and so, but in terms of the hotel, the accommodation go with the products. The taxi men, they earn foreign exchange. So I hope that helped to clarify what are some misunderstanding. All right then.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Henry, for your input. We are just 5 minutes away from the end time, and we are still taking your calls. Call us at 6620989, 7620989, and 4660989. I am your host, Devon Cornelius, and thank you guys so much for being a part of our program. Thank you guys so much for sharing your views and concerns. We'll take this call. Good afternoon, caller. You are on the air.
Yes, Devon. Okay, because Henry, me got the information now. We see what we can round up here. I may agree with you with what you said there to the end, but I know that's what you said yesterday, You see? Yes, you're right. You're right with the last part there because just an example that may make to you, Mr. Cornelius, if as long as you get $1 from outside that not been there before, the same thing. If you sell something overseas, well, the money come in. But what I even say yesterday, if you just take the money out to the bank to go invest, remember most of the things and them then come from inland. So me forgot this part, Mr. Cornelius. He said soon from now no money in the land then if that is the case, because what happen now, the cement, if you go build one house, galvanize, whatever the case may be, steel, everything, that come from overseas, so now the money they gone out. You catch me? Okay then. Because I know me with chuck down for you. Okay then, Mr. Cornelius.
Thank you so much, caller, for your input. As we wrap up, we'll just take one more call as we approach the 1:30 end time. If we have no calls, we will end this program. And just to say thank you to our sponsors and thank you to those persons who tuned in and as a part of our program for today. It was Voices for Friday, December 11th, 2020. Thank you to our first time and usual listeners. Thank you to those of you who took time out of your busy schedule to be a part of yet another edition of Voices right here on your radio station. That is 1FM 98.9. We are going to end this program and we are going to continue our usual programming here at 1FM. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, I was your host, Devon Cornelius. Have a fantastic Friday, a good afternoon, and continue to stay safe.